Addicts. An addiction. People are addicted to a lot of things these days. Smoking, drinking, even food can be addictive. But unlike the much discussed alcoholic or drug addict, there is another addict that is growing in our society. We live in 2011. No, we don't have flying cars or hoverboards or teleportation yet, but we do have iPhones. The tiny screen device that both saves and wastes our time. And where do sufferers of iPhone addiction congregate?
Public transport.
So for the 3 people watching this that don't own iPhones, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Apart from wasting their lives, these people are actually playing apps. But what is an app? According to Google, an app is slang for application. What is an application, you ask? An application is a noun and means the act of applying a request or the use to which something is put. A study of my Twitter followers said the most addictive apps are... So let's take a moment to have a look at them. Starting with Words with Friends. Over 20 million people are addicted to this app. Most of us had Scrabble the board game when we were kids and didn't play it. And unless you know that XI, QI, XU, AX, SUQ, QAT, and ZAX are actually playable words, you are not going to have any fun playing this game. Now, I understand that playing the real Scrabble in public isn't actually practical. So I'm willing to let this one slide on the grounds that it's remotely educational. But explain to me this. With a whopping 5 million downloads in 2010 alone, it's the massively addictive game Doodle Jump. You play the part of a trumpet-snouted alien and jump your way through a series of poorly drawn monsters and puzzles, shooting bullets out of your face. And you're always jumping. I guess that's why it's called Doodle Jump. Stop jumping. It's dumb and pointless. Actually, this is pretty fun. Then there's Zombie Farm. I couldn't be bothered actually looking at the app because it sounds ridiculous, but I assume you're a zombie farmer. Okay, I looked at the app. It's actually quite intriguing and easy to see why it's so addictive. This game is like farming, but instead of farming vegetables or animals, you farm zombies. And instead of using money, you use brains. This game requires commitment. If you don't tend to your zombies, they will die. Don't worry, the game will notify you when you need to go back to the farm and tend to your zombie. Don't worry about that important meeting kids you need to pick up from school, or that blood transfusion you were supposed to give. Worry about zombies growing on your imaginary farm. Oh, and if you want to cultivate your farm or do anything in this game, then you need to pay for brains with actual money. You can spend a never-ending amount of money on this game. Check this out. I found an 8-year-old Australian boy downloaded a similar game, Tap Zoo, and racked up $1,500 worth of coins to purchase zoo animals. He must have had a kick-ass zoo before he got grounded for, I'm thinking, 1,000 years. There's lots more addictive apps out there, but finally we're looking at Angry Birds. I downloaded Angry Birds and I seriously don't know what all the fuss is about. You literally shoot pissed off birds at pigs. But there's more. The pigs have somehow built flimsy, dodgy buildings around themselves for protection. The kamikaze bird is then shot on the trajectory of your choice to destroy as much of the building as possible. And ultimately, the goal is to kill the pig inside. Apparently, nobody's actually stopped to ask why the birds are so pissed off at the pigs. What could a pig do to warrant such behavior? Oh, the pigs stole their eggs. But why would the birds choose to blow themselves up as weapons? Since when does a bird explode when it hits something? Why would the birds sacrifice their lives just to kill the pigs? All of these questions and issues will not be answered in this game that should just be called Everything Falls Down and Dies. It is estimated that the combined time that people spend playing Angry Birds around the world each day equates to 200 million minutes. That's over 381 years worth in one day. Think what we could have achieved if those 200 million minutes were put to better use. A hoverboard or a flying car surely would have been invented by now. You could be driving to work in 3 minutes in your flying car. Now, some may argue that we only use these devices when in transit, but let me pose some ideas of what to do instead of going on your iPhone. Enjoy the scenery. Smile at a stranger. Talk to a stranger. Read a book. A book is like an iPhone made out of paper, but it doesn't have apps on it. Dance on the tram. Shoot real birds at real pigs. No, don't do that. If you're addicted to the zombie app that I mentioned earlier, then why not act like a zombie? Farm and act like a zombie. And finally, silence. It's nice, isn't it? All those non-iPhone users that are watching, don't think you're off the hook. You can help. If you see anyone on their iPhone tapping away farming zombies or shooting poorly constructed pig homes with defenseless birds as artillery, then I implore you, try to engage these addicts and help them break their addiction. Force someone to enjoy the scenery. Hey, look at all the beautiful trees and buildings, everyone. Smile at someone playing on their iPhone.
Yeah.
Just talk to someone who's playing their game.
I'm actually just going through
Read a book to an iPhone addict.
the ambiguities of this perplexing past of somehow.
Dance to distract an iPhone addict from playing their game. Hey, check out the dance I invented. Why not introduce someone to real farming? I'm running out of ideas.
Nobody look at your iPhones for 5 seconds.
Why not beg someone?
Please don't look at your phone. Please. Please.
Now, I understand that a lot of these ideas might result in getting punched in the face or arrested, but we're talking about addicts here and nobody said that this was going to be easy. So I guess the point of all this is to say, get back out in the world, people. It seems a shame to spend your entire life on your iPhone. Now, you can still update your Facebook status and you can still get enjoyment from putting the X tile on a triple letter score and twat to all your Twitter followers. But there is a time and a place for everything, and that place is when you're at work or when you're listening to a boring person try and tell you something.
Thanks for watching this segment of Slapdash. To view more content from this episode, select another presenter, or visit the main page by clicking on the Slapdash logo.